Alright, so I just got back from the Portland protests. That ain't peaceful, bro. Oh my god. The clip's incoming. But they started burning the American flag. Antifa in Portland started burning the American flag. So I told them, I said, don't burn the American flag. If you don't stand for if you don't believe in anything, you stand for nothing, right? They didn't like that. They didn't like that. They got very pressed. They chased us. They surrounded us, dude. They surrounded us. They chased us. They chased us down. This guy grabbed like it was a tree branch, but it honestly was a whole tree. Okay, like, you know, those tiny ones. He grabbed it. He chucked it at me. But in the last second, I like pushed it away because I saw in the peripheral vision. And then PNW fights him, and then other people jump in and they start fighting the guy that attacked me with the bush, and then the other guys fight the other guys that attacked me with the bush or tree, whatever. And it was just so crazy. And then this Asian lady was in my face. She was with her stupid sign trying to get me not to film the assault that they were doing on my bodyguard. It was insane. She kept blocking my way, and then they kept referring to their leader, Richard, the Antifa leader. I don't know. Weird dude. Weird. I ran away so fast, dude. I ran. And PNW ran too, and he got to his car and they smashed his windows in. They smashed his windows in. There was glass everywhere. He was bleeding from the mouth. The police were called, an ambulance was called. It was blood everywhere. There was glass everywhere. All because, I mean, it's my fault. I do take responsibility. I should have kept my mouth shut. You know, I guess I shouldn't have not told them to burn the American flag, but.
This is why Trump has designated them as a terrorist organization, and every single thing that Trump says not to do, they do it. They burn the American flag. They continue to reference propaganda that would ultimately incite violence. And here's the worst part about it. It's not even just they saying and doing whatever it is that they're doing on that front. It's the assaults. They feel comfortable putting their hands on your stuff. They feel comfortable putting their hands on you. And so now you got a bunch of liberal fairies that's running around here, putting their hands on people and chasing people because they tell them not to burn the American flag. How patriotic is that? I don't understand it. I genuinely don't understand how y'all are continuing to support people who are basically against the very country and your well-being, the place where you're raising your daughters and your son, the places where we're supposed to be holding, you know, true to American culture and the flag. I remember when I was younger, we used to pledge allegiance. You know what I'm saying? I remember when we was younger, we used to have prayer in schools. I remember when we was younger, it was a completely different thing to where it didn't matter whether or not you agreed or disagreed with the president when it came to him, you know, saying or doing whatever it is that was best for America or what they thought was best for America. You got behind it and you stood behind it, especially when it comes to foreign interests, right? And so when we talk about Portland, and Portland is largely standing with illegal migrants here in the United States of America, they are basically saying we want to be antagonists, we want to be difficult, we want to cost taxpayers money, we want to continue to burn down our businesses. Portland still hasn't recovered. And I'm telling y'all, I done been there, I've seen it. I've seen it with my own eyes. Portland has not recovered from when they first started destroying the city. And now they are even more 10 toes down into it. Meanwhile, see, what y'all don't know is also the city of Portland has a projected $100 million budget deficit, and the businesses are not bringing in revenue anymore. And so now you got these protesters who are not peaceful, basically destroying the city, basically pushing people out, while at the same time advocating for people who are here illegally. And when Trump says that it's messed up, it's destroyed, it's one of the worst places on the face of the earth, for me personally, as a conservative, I don't think that there was a place that I was more, it's not fearful. It was more or less about disgusted at the state of how things had become because they had overcorrected and became so liberal that they basically destroyed a city and raised taxes out of control. That's the way that New York is going to be soon, except for it's going to be 10 times worse. I think that New York is going to be 10 times worse than Portland.
That's what happens when you deal with sick individuals like this. The Portland protests are not peaceful. They're utmost violent people I've ever met in my life, and they deserve to be in federal prison.
So I live in Portland, Oregon. Not only do I live in Portland, Oregon, both the degrees that I got, my cosmetology degree, which came from Aveda, and my East West College of Healing Arts, which came from downtown. Both schools were downtown Portland. So I spent 3 years of my life downtown Portland. I was here for the riots. I was here when everything blew up and it is impossible to get downtown. The other thing I know about Portland is you have to have insurance on your businesses if you're going to be downtown.
Yeah, brick and mortar.
And because of the riots and because of how much damage that was done in Portland during COVID, a lot of insurances are not going to insure you if you're in Portland. They're just not. It's too high. It's way too high to have insurance and to be downtown Portland right now. So I'm politically out of the loop. I don't know much because I choose to, because I like to live in peace. But I do know that for sure is what's happening. So, you know, when Tina Kotex is bringing troops from Donald to help put things back in order,
Yeah, she's politically out of the loop. So Tina Kotex is, I believe that's the governor of Oregon, all right, where Portland is. And Tina is not bringing the troops. Tina is advocating against the troops instead of leveraging the federal government to make sure that Portland is back safe again and what it needs to be. Tina, which I don't even know, I was reviewing a video from Tina. And Tina, I don't know what Tina identifies as, but that's how weird Portland is. Tina is actually creating an environment that's chaotic against the federal government, especially when it comes to ICE and the troops that are supporting ICE in order to keep them safe, to make sure that they do their job and that they deport all of these illegal migrants out of the United States of America.
I don't know anything about because I'm not political, but I do know that I spent a big chunk of my life downtown Portland. And since I've been out of downtown Portland, I've graduated from those programs, I have not visited downtown Portland like I have in the past. I have not gone to the Pearl. I have not gone to Powell's. I have not gone to Spartacus. I haven't been to, Plato's Closet or, any of the thrift shops. I just haven't been to any of those places downtown because there's no businesses down there. There's no shopping. There's no food. There's nothing. And if you survived what you did survive, it's hard. It's hard downtown Portland right now. So if you are trying to put your sprinkle of season on Portland, that's just from my perspective of living in Portland and going to school downtown Portland. It's destroyed downtown.
So the people are actually being honest, and they were right about the fact that Portland is not what it used to be, and it's actually been destroyed, and it's never actually recovered from the pandemic when they rioted and tore it down. The insurers won't insure anything that's in Portland, and the people are absolutely ruining the city while at the same time trying to protect the illegal migrants. Let me know what you think inside of the comments. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Henley 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to keep you guys posted. I'm on top of it.